Welcome to Fire Engineering's Training Minutes. I'm Mark Gregory, along with Tim Gleason, Jimmy Payne, Manuel Navarro, and Russ Keller. Today's drill is going to be removing a protester barrier device. Groups that are looking to cause civil disturbances will create these barriers in order to make the job of law enforcement much more difficult to get them to disperse. What we have here is a sleeping dragon. Basically, it's a 4-foot section of PVC pipe. The pipe is then wrapped with chicken wire, and they'll use tar. They may even use human feces to wrap it around the pipe in order to make it much more difficult to remove. On the inside of the pipe is going to be a rod. That rod is going to have a chain connected to it with carabiner-type keychains, or it could be a pair of handcuffs where the two protesters will lock themselves inside, making it difficult for law enforcement to get them to remove. We get special called as the fire department to respond to this scene. Police department needs our help. So as we come in, the first step that we want to do is see if we can get the protesters to unhook themselves. They're unwilling to do so. We're going to have to go and use our methods now in order to disassemble this barrier. What Jimmy's doing right now is he's trying to clear the matter that's in the way in order to find the bolt that's holding them together. Again, if this was any type of human feces, we'd have full PPE, Tyvek suits. We'd also want to think about protecting both of our victims, covering them up to make sure that they were all protected. In this scenario here, right now we have tar with the chicken wire, and Jimmy is looking for that bolt head. Jimmy's now using the tin snips to cut away the chicken wire to make the accessibility to the bolt head a lot easier. As you can see, the tar wrapped around here, as well as the chicken wire, makes it quite tough for us to gain access. This is going to be a time-consuming operation. Jimmy's located the bolt head, which he has right here. Now we're going to gain further access so that Tim can make the necessary cuts. All right, Jimmy's gained access to the bolt head. Tim has his different choice of tools that he can use here in order to make the necessary cuts. He's either going to use a right angle grinder or he can use the air-powered whizzer saw to effect the operation. Once Tim puts the tool into operation, he's going to look to make a triangular cut pattern in order to gain access to the bolt so that we can remove the two men from inside this object. All the parts of the triangle have now been connected. Using a screwdriver, or in this case, Jimmy's using one of our metal shims, we're able to gain access to where the bolt head is connected on the inside. On this particular device here, we have a threaded rod. Jimmy's going to loosen the bolt, and what he'll end up doing now is fishing inside for the two chained devices in order to free the two potential protesters from this device. A quick hanger was made in order to fish inside. Keep in mind, protesters may also put some sort of welded piece of rebar or a long bolt in there that you won't be able to unscrew. In that case, you're going to have to cut on both sides of the device in order to free them. We gain access to the one chain that's holding our one protester. Gain access to our second protester, and now we're able to free them and turn them over to law enforcement authorities. In today's society, protester barrier devices are more and more common. In order to be proficient at performing these disentanglements, we have to know these devices. Train with them, make them up at your firehouse, have the members on your squad go over them so that when we get out into the real world, our operations will run smooth. Thank you for watching Fire Engineering's Training Minutes. I'm Mark Gregory, along with Jim Payne and Tim Gleason.